Hello and welcome to my video on the Lakeshore Trail, which is a trail between the city of Kissimme and the Lake Toho. Lake Toho is a massive lake. It's 22,700 acres, so it contains a lot of wildlife. And this area right here is called the Brinson Park, which is great for viewing wildlife, for fishing, picnicking. It's just a wonderful way to spend a couple hours. And this is on Neptune Road. Now, Neptune Road and the Lakeshore Trail are part of the Florida Scenic National Trail, so a wonderful distinction there. And as we come up here at the intersection of Neptune Road and Lakeshore Boulevard, we're actually going to be entering the Lakeshore Trail. From this point to the very end, and this trail does transition into the Shingle Creek Trail, is 2¼ miles. So it's not a very long trail, but it is very, very well done, and it's worth a couple hours. I wouldn't necessarily drive from out of state to come and see just this, but if you're local and you want to see some wonderful wildlife, Lake Toho has a nice selection of animals, from alligators, wading birds, otters, turtles, osprey, bald eagles, and a very abundant population of largemouth bass, which is a very big draw down here. There's a lot of boat ramps that enter into this, and I'll be riding my bike past the marina in just a couple minutes. And as we're looking over Lake Toho, you see some fishermen out there enjoying this beautiful day. This is not a video on the Kissimme City Park, so I'm going to fast forward through most of the park, but I will talk about it just a little bit. And maybe a half mile after we started our ride on the trail, this goes into the Kissimme City Park. The city park is a wonderful way to have a picnic, do some sightseeing over the water. There's not always alligators visible here, but they regularly do swim by, so you can definitely run into some of those here. And the city park is very well done. There's a lot of picnic areas that are covered, and they can be reserved. They regularly book up. When I come through here, they are all booked up. Now, as I speed up again, just let you know that this video is of the complete trail from the very start at Neptune Road to the end of Shingle Creek Regional Trail. Now, here's that marina. I read that you can actually launch up to 6 boats at a time down this quite large ramp. And there is what appears to be a bar. It's got beer signs in the windows. So, if you want to spend a little time in something like that, you're more than welcome to. Now, I did drive through the parking spot, but there is a sidewalk that goes around the parking spot, but I didn't want to get a close-up of the marina. Now, as we head over this way, we're going to be transitioning into the Shingle Creek Regional Trail. It is very much similar to the Shingle Creek Trail, multi-use trail, that I did an earlier video on. And this potentially could meet up with that trail, and I got my fingers crossed, because that would be awesome. That would give us, maybe a 20-mile biking trail that would be a lot of fun to ride. Now I'm going to fast forward through a couple sections up here just to get up to where I believe the actual Shingle Creek Trail starts, right up here by the railroad tracks. This is the first sign I saw that actually said that we were on the Shingle Creek Trail. And as we round this corner, we're going to go through several blocks of a residential area. The trail does maintain its extra width, so it's not like we're going onto like a regular narrower sidewalk. I wish all sidewalks were this width for bikers. Now we're going to fast forward again, so hang on as we enter warp speed, and we're going to get up to a very rural entrance to the trail. Unlike the other Shingle Creek Trail, there's not a whole lot of residential neighborhoods on the sides of this trail. There's only one, and it does have a gated entrance into that neighborhood. Every time I've gone by it, it has been unlocked, so I'm not sure why they need the gate there. Now as we get up closer to the end of the trail, there is something very Floridian down here that happens other places, but it does seem to happen an awful lot in Florida. Now here we are going over one of the creeks that lead into Lake Toho, and there's the neighborhood I was talking about. And this is very, very rural. Now I'm going to be sending up a drone here at the end so we can kind of see what's past this end of the trail. And like I say, this is a very, very Floridian end of the trail in that there is a sinkhole on the left-hand side of the sidewalk. It goes about 6 feet deep, and it goes underneath about 25% of the sidewalk. Now let's get up close to it and kind of get a pretty good idea of the size of the sinkhole, so I can understand why they gated it off right here. Now let's go up in the air. I'm going to send a drone up maybe about 100 feet so we can see where this trail actually does end. Alright, and we have liftoff, and the trail does appear to go about another quarter of a mile with the concrete, and maybe about a tenth, 2/10 of a mile after the concrete there is a dirt road that does seem to end in a bunch of trees. So whether or not this will be joined up with the other Shingle Creek trail, I don't know. I couldn't find anything online about that. I really would like to see those meet up. There are actually a couple of parks, Shingle Creek parks between this trail and the other Shingle Creek trail, so it would be possible to join all those parks together. It's all wilderness through there. There's not a whole lot of residential development that would prevent these trails from joining up, so hopefully we'll get that. And turning back around to where I came from, there's Kissimme off in the distance. Can't really see it, so let's go up a little bit higher and see if we can get a nice view of the Lakeshore Trail from a distance. And there it is. You can see Lake Toho butting up against the city of Kissimme. So beautiful trail. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know.